My name's Adam Nasrallah, and I worked on Sticky. I was the original storyteller for that. I created it. Yeah, so I pitched it.
And I'm Gabrielle Polanco. I also worked on Sticky, and I was the lead for concept, lighting, and texturing.
Wow, so where did you come up with such a great little idea, you know?
So basically, they announced that they were going to have that class animation studio, and they were looking for, students to potentially pitch projects and whatnot, and I decided, I'll do it, and one weekend basically came up with the idea. I saw Chameleon while browsing the internet, and I was just like, what could I do with that? And so over the weekend came up with the story, and basically that next week pitched it, and it ended up getting chosen out of about 10 other pitches.
So what was your pitch? Tell us the story.
So the story is, it's basically about a chameleon who's trying to catch a fly, and while he's trying to catch the fly, he comes across certain problems. It's kind of like a back and forth type of deal where sees fly sees chameleon, so on and so forth, and basically in the end, someone gets the fly. Long story short, without giving away any of the spoilers.
So I feel like you were influenced by perhaps Pixar, because they have a lot of similar ideas where you think it's going to be one thing, but it's something else, and it's very creative. So who are your influences?
There were multiple influences. I pertain more to liking more of the realistic style of animation and whatnot. So the influence was taking a lot of Pixar's stylization as far as like how the characters are development, how they look, playing a lot on shapes and whatnot, and taking that realistic look from, let's say, Rango. We use a lot of reference from that as well, and kind of mix and mash in the two. And so the characters themselves, they have a lot of Pixar essence with the way they look and the way they act and stuff, but the overall detail, we went with sort of like the hyper realistic design and stuff.
So once you were done with the story, what else were you involved with?
So my main role was project coordinator, and I got to do a lot of that, but I also got to touch base on a lot of little stuff here and there. I got to do a tiny bit of texturing, a tiny bit of lighting. I also helped lead the VFX department, trying to figure out that actual chameleon change and whatnot. So I got to touch base on almost everything except rigging, but my main role was project coordinating.
And what was kind of your role? What do you do exactly?
What did I do? I did kind of the similar thing. I led groups of people, and I helped direct them with what they were supposed to do and give them tasks, and basically just make sure that the project was running smoothly, and just moving forward. And we both really enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of fun.
So is there, does it seem to be like there's more women in animation now? I mean, going to school, do you guys see more women in animation trying to do those programs?
Yeah, definitely. There's been a good number of people joining the group. We're actually doing another short this year, which I pitched, and I went through a similar process that he went through, and went through creating the story and gave that to our professors, and they've brought on a lot of female students to work on that, like the storyboard artists and modelers, and just everywhere. A lot of people are coming in, and it's really great to see that.
And tell us about the program that you're at, the school that you're at, and how that's been for you guys.
We're both part of the ATEC program, which has been around for about, I believe, 7 or 8 years now. And it's only getting bigger. They just made a new building, and it's really awesome. I don't know.
What are your classes like?
Classes, heavy workload. I guess, No, they're really cool. I think the best part about it is, because it's not a huge university, you can really get one-on-one with the professors, and I think that's the best part, where, we've gotten to work with Todd Factor, Eric Farrar, Sean McComber, all those guys who led Animation Studio as well. We get to basically have all those other classes like modeling, rigging, animation, and whatnot. And again, because there's not a lot of students, so it's not a huge university, it's growing, definitely. It's becoming massive. You get a lot of one-on-one time with them, and I think that's what's really important, is you get a lot of learning experience from that itself. So classes are pretty good. They're really good.
So what's after graduation? What are you guys gonna do?
There's multiple things kind of up in the air at the moment. It's depending on, do you continue to grad school? I'm working on another short right now outside of school, and I'm also working with an independent game company that's just starting up now. And depending on how things sort of go with the Kickstarter, we'll sort of see. But the end goal definitely would be to own my own studio. Isn't that everybody's dream? So that's the end goal. But definitely reaching for films, doing animated films, directing.
Yeah,
that's the
well,
goal.
I think you guys have a great start. I mean, too bad the whole community couldn't see this animated film, because it was very impressive, I think.
Thank you. No, we're gonna get it out there. We're gonna show everybody.
Okay, so
thank
where
you
can
so
we
much.
follow you then if we want to see more of your stuff?
Well, the arts and technology. They actually have a Vimeo page, and so you can follow the short up on the Vimeo page. You can see that if you follow UT Dallas. I'm sure they'll be posting stuff as well. You could find me, just search up my name, Adam Nasrallah, and I'm sure I'll post it all over the place, and try and get the information as best as I can out there. It's a little difficult to track some things, but we'll do our best. So.
Well, thank you guys so much, and congratulations.